By the blessing of the icons and their emissaries, we found the child.
We brought something else to light.
There's a darkness coming.
In the shadows are old enemies.
And new allies.
What will survive in the dawn?
Of the last Cyclade.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bum 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 bum. Welcome to Gobbler Games, twitch.tv/Gobbler Games, playing Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons, the last Cyclade, the Cyclade dance session. But I don't
I think we're up to the tango now, right?
Tango. Hey folks, welcome to Gobbler Games. It's me, Millie, and we're here to play some Coriolis. Thank you for joining us. Joining me are some friendos who are also going to play some Coriolis.
I believe.
I hope so.
Otherwise,
I'm
gonna mime. Is that okay if I mime?
Mime. Can you also audio describe what you're doing as well as mime?
I think he mimes, I audio describe him miming.
Oh, that'd be amazing, yeah. Just absolutely anything other than what
Ben
you think I'm
began
doing.
describing what Graham was doing.
Nice.
You're going to narrate the whole thing? Okay, this actually sounds like a podcast now, so yeah.
Let's not do that. It's not fair on Millie's mental equanimity.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, because you said equanimity and it's a great word. I'll agree. I'll acquiesce. if you will.
Today's session is brought to you by the letter A and the critical injury number 58.
It's that smashed mouth.
Hey
Hope not.
now, I'm an
Yeah.
all there isn't
We
a
are,
58
we are. We want it.
because it's
Yeah.
D66. That is dangerously close to severed artery leg, though, which is 56.
Bagsy.
Yeah, but already the session has got away from me. Let's go back a bit. Let's dial it back a bit. Be like, hey folks, welcome to Gobbler Games. I'm gonna play some Coriolis with some friendos. How are you doing? Graham, let's start with you. How are you doing?
I'm really good because I'm off work this week, which means I'm full of beans and nutrients. But yeah, I'm pretty cool to be honest with you. I find it odd answering that question because we live together, or you already know. I realise I'm not answering you, I'm answering other people, but I'm just like,
How was your trip to the gym today, mister?
it was good. I liked it. I picked some stuff up and put it down a lot. It was great.
Good.
And that includes me. I picked myself up, put myself down as well.
Don't put yourself down.
Fine. I picked myself up, lowered myself down. I don't know. I didn't drop myself, so that sounds better than the alternative. Yes.
And
Like,
how,
were you playing Chumbawamba in reverse or something?
Maybe. Yeah, it's hard to tell whether the dance beat versions of any song you ever liked.
especially in the gym where they play the unts music all the time. How is Silsilla?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Silsilla is probably like, I mean, Silsilla doesn't panic, otherwise he probably would be. I did just like head first dive down a cliff, assuming I knew what a gravity belt did, and sort of getting it right. And I do feel like I've jumped from the frying pan into the blast furnace. But you know, at least I'm going to die with my acquaintances, so it's okay.
Okay, you fatalistic. All right.
Well, I mean, the odds do not appear to be with us, unless all of these people want, Shinaz. Then, in which case we can all go back to the ship and cool.
All right. Speaking of Shinaz, how are you, Ben?
I am okay. Yeah, I don't want a Shanaz t-shirt because
it's not
they're knockoffs.
Shinaz.
Shinaz, yeah. No,
Shanab.
Shinaz.
That one too, yeah.
Just
Shabazz
enough
is my
deviant
favourite.
graffiti
Shabnaz.
just to look like it from a distance.
Yeah.
You get up close, you're like, oh no, it's not the exclusive run. So,
Yeah, I can't believe that you guys invented Avengers t-shirts for my character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shocking behaviour.
But
Yeah, I'm just excited to be back in space and Coriolising again.
Been a week.
Has it only been a week?
No,
Was it not
it's
2
been 2
weeks?
There
2
was-
weeks.
There was a gap
Yes.
It
yes.
was.
where I had no internet in my house.
Yes, which is a fairly reasonable explanation, I think.
According to the smaller humans that live here, is intolerable and entirely too
Yeah, that
long.
must have been absolute torture for them.
Yeah, it was also during our half term as well.
Ooh.
I'm not impressed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you make them go outside and play with like a hoop and a stick or whatever it is children used to do?
We had to make them lick coal and eat bugs. That's what they up north. That
Oh,
was
you're
that.
up north. Yeah. Good
Of
point.
course, yeah. Right. Enough thorns. Down mill with you.
Yeah. We do have a mill down the road. It's not active anymore because we'll have to go.
That is the death of the mill industry, was it? When someone decided that education was more important than child labour.
Yeah.
I can't actually see that decision being passed if it was coming up for a choice now.
Hello, welcome to Garbler Games, as we discuss history of textiles through
Yeah.
the 19th to 21st
The
century.
bobbing jenny was invented.
But how is Shanaz? Is she?
Shanaz is freewheeling at the minute. She likes to have everything in place and ready to go, but she knows you have to be able to adapt when shit hits the fan. Nobody really prepared her for somebody power blasting a giant fan with every single piece of shit on Dabara all at once. So she's absolutely freewheeling and just hoping to make it to the next desperate action she has to undertake.
Excellent. Pete, have you had to undertake any desperate actions recently? I don't
Yeah,
know how to link that conversation.
I had to go on holiday with my kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So
In the chat.
that was fun. My week off was lots of fun, but quite tiring. So I've returned to work tired.
What was that
So-
thing you posted in the Discord? You were like doing some sort of virtual fly swatting or something.
Oh yeah, I had to go on a King Kong VR ride where you have to punch pterodactyls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. It
You
was good
son
fun.
of a bitch, I'm in.
It freaked Lars out, so he like just tore the headset off and went. "Ah!" So I thought, right, I'm having a go.
You tell him you can't just tear it out. You have to get to a hard line. Otherwise, you'll derase your icon.
Yeah.
So Pete is tired, but has also punched pterodactyls in the face.
I mean,
I'm very
not many
excited about
people say
Coriolis
that.
because I haven't done any role playing in a while. So yes,
Oh, cool. How is Yusuf?
Yusuf is I don't know. Yusuf has like crawled down into this hole,
Mhm.
like blagged his way into the party,
Mhm.
found the sacrificial daggers,
Mhm.
and then is now stepping forward with a gun as
Priscilla's
the
gun, yeah.
as the big
Big damn hero.
cult things going on.
Oh, different game. Damn hero. I'm not playing Spy Play. No matter how much I wish this game were fun.
I mean, we can say shiny every so often. if that
Shiny.
helps.
I'd say shiny.
Shiny.
Goran.
About 6 words in Mandarin. I can
Gonna
just throw
shoot.
them in at random intervals.
I'm going to shoot that
I mean-
Goram cult leader.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
like how it fits us where we've got around.
Relling around. So yeah, we were down in the wound on Dabara.
It's such a bad name.
It just doesn't translate.
It's such a bad name. Sorry, but I understand the context of it now that we've seen, what's kind of going on.
So the poorly named archaeological site, we're down there. We have discovered that there is some sort of weird death cult going on, and a very charismatic chap tried to chat up Shanaz, and Shanaz says, "No,
Rookie mistake.
not today."
Do you know who I am?
And then there's a lot of folks who are like, "Oh, this is going to be great."
Pass me the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, pass me the Kool-Aid. Oh,
They
out of
too are
Kool-Aid,
wrong.
I brought some sacrificial daggers instead. All while we're looking, like, let's not forget, we're looking for some missing kids, some missing teenagers, some missing students.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But we found them.
I know.
They're right here.
I mean, I'm looking for you guys, to be fair.
Yeah. I was looking for Shanaz.
Okay.
Ta-da, job done.
Job done. We win.
Sorted. Let's go.
All right. Ooh, yeah. So the leader of the cult began his rousing, murderous speech.
Massak.
Yeah, Masak Sanani. sack.
Yeah.
He
Gonna
began-
rise up into the city.
Yeah.
And the Vestal will be here. Oh, and
River
all
of
this stuff.
blood.
Oh damn! Yes, we're
Mhm.
gonna. Oh, I hope we don't have to fight a Vestal with basically sticks.
I believe one of the phrases was "Dance in ecstasy and sheath your blades and walk out under the crimson sun to dethrone your mothers and fathers. Those who betray us will spill their blood on thirsty sands."
Yeah, so are they killing themselves or are they killing everybody else? That's
I
what I
think
want.
Yes.
they're gonna kill
The answer is
themselves.
yes.
I know,
They're gonna
but
do
in what
both.
order?
Power the Vestal.
When he says sheath your blades, he doesn't mean put them away again carefully.
I mean,
Oh, sorry. I thought she said unsheath. Sorry. Yeah.
Could have
They're
been
going to
that
juice
too.
up the Vestal, right?
Yes. Yeah.
we
yeah.
probably have to stop them killing themselves, which is we could do a start a conga. No one can resist that.
So yeah,
With these things, there's probably a specific number. As long as we just stop one of them killing themselves, then
I
I'm
reckon
sure.
they brought spares. It's the lights you need to worry about.
Ah.
So yeah, this rousing speech begins. Everybody's really excited to hear him speak. You can see them all like chanting and raising these sacrificial blades up in the air. And Yusuf slowly readies the what kind of pistol is it?
It's an accelerator pistol.
Yeah.
Little accelerator pistol, so it fires like projectiles.
Hmm.
Readies
All right,
this
it's
up.
distraction o'clock then, so that you'll be able to do your thing. I'm gonna do a
Sounds
little
good.
dance.
Right. So this is the map.
Uh-oh.
There we go,
Oh,
look.
shit.
Why? Oh shit! I mean, looks nice.
Got a battle map.
Yeah, but we haven't got tokens on it, so we're safe.
Yeah, there's no tokens on it because that would require me using a VTT, and I'm just grumpy. But this is the map from the book, so you can see like this raised area, the steps where Yusuf and his best mate were putting out the sacrificial daggers. The yellow dots are all the general folk. That red dot is the leader doing his special speech, rousing everybody up. So I'm assuming you folks are like somewhere towards the back, not quite in deep with the Kool-Aid kind of stuff.
Did I just walk out of a passageway in front of them last time?
I think you were sort of like.
The distraction.
Is it that top left corridor there where we sort of come in?
Yeah, up
I'm
above
prob-
you.
I'm probably
near
going
the
to.
data points.
I'm probably going to be trying to slide next to one of those big bits of architecture, so that I'm kind of.
Like in that void space,
Yeah, maybe.
like down the side of the stairs or in the
Yeah.
crumbly bit.
Hmm.
You're gonna move over there.
So I can take a shot.
Keep you kind of stuff. All right. So I feel like this is going to be combat, which means we have to do the initiative rolls. Then we realize I haven't brought a pad or a pen. Yeah, like we'll just have to remember it. No, we won't. I've got
I
a pen.
can add on a pen if you like.
I've got a pen, and then
Right on a petal.
I could write on one of my beautiful flowers. This. I've got this book. Look, there we go, sorted. So, as I refreshed myself earlier, for no apparent reason, on combat in Coriolis. Initiative is a dice roll with the only modifier. Well, initiative is a dice roll. So first up, we all roll a d6. Tell me your numbers. Higher is better.
Like us to do that now?
Right. So, did anybody get a 6? No. Did anybody get a 5?
Oh, I got a 6.
Oh.
Sorry,
That's all right. In the true.
I hadn't rolled yet.
In the true.
I was like, wait, what?
True initiative order. There's always somebody who goes, oh yeah, no, I got that.
We add our dex to that?
No,
Agility, sorry.
no. Just a d6.
Just a d6. Okay.
Anybody get a 5? No, 4. I saw
Yep.
Pete, you got a 4. Now,
Yep.
one of my people got a 4, so we have to do a roll off. I've
Oh.
guessed the higher number out the 2
Okay.
that goes before us.
Here we go.
I got a 6.
I got a 1. I'm really glad I'm not going first. Oh, hang on.
4.
No.
3.
Yeah.
Is still too many R's and too many L's in that name, and 2 and then 1 is right. So that's our base order, which goes Shinaz bad guys, Yusuf, Silsila bad guys. We can alter this by your weapon. So Pete, Yusuf has an accelerator pistol. The accelerator pistol will have a modifier to it.
No, it's a 0 on initiative.
All right, cool. If it did have a modifier and you wanted to use that modifier, you have to use that weapon in that turn.
Gotcha.
If you don't use the weapon, you don't do anything.
It's like AD&D speed factor.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
There are other things that you can do that could change your initiative. They won't take place until the next round. That makes sense. So you can delay. You can say, right, oh well, Shinaz has got a 6, but really she wants to be going after everybody else. She will delay to get a 1. Then on the next turn, you'll get a 1. That's her action, like delaying. Might have that wrong, but you know, we'll start it out. We don't do combat very often. There is a massive crit list,
Because we're such good talkers, we never need.
yeah. Also, it's very lethal, and I kill folks.
No, it's your sound doing it.
Probably doing its thing. I might need to invest in new XLRs.
That's a bit better.
Move
Is that
this. Talking to.
No, it's alright. No, it's good.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
good.
cool. Thanks for telling us that.
So yeah.
I used to really like XLR. It came out before Thunderbirds, didn't it?
yeah. Stand by for action. So Shinaz, you can see everybody's getting rowdy. You can see through the corner of your eye, Yusuf is getting the accelerator pistol ready. Silsila is perhaps getting a little twitchy, and all the elite cultists kind of thing are doing that like, yeah, this is great idea. Let's go and unsheath our daggers and find our mothers and fathers and drown the city above in blood. Sounds delightful.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, what does Shinaz do?
Shinaz snatches up 2 daggers from the front there, lets out an ululating cry, and starts dancing around the whole room, hypnotically, mesmerically, beautifully, with such talent and precision that you cannot help but be drawn in by the raw primal passion of the movements.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm going to dance and try and get everybody to sort of follow into the dance so as to be both really obvious and really distracting, so that whatever the hell the other 2 are going to do has more chance of working.
You turn around and I'm dancing
I
next to
was
you.
gonna say, I'll be dancing as well, yeah. Like mumbling hips don't lie to myself.
Maybe don't.
And this is what I have to work with. I should be talking to my agent.
All right.
So I have no idea what you want me to roll for that. It could be a dexterity roll. It could be a manipulation roll. It could be bloody anything, really, couldn't it?
Well,
Just to make your life even easier.
I think what we need to work out is you have 3 action points. If you use all of your action points to do this, you will have nothing should anybody want to come and attack you later. However, I think for each action point you spend on it will give you a bonus dice. That kind of, the more you're into it.
I'm into it. I'm putting all 3 into that.
Okay. So
All 3 action points going into the, hey, everybody look at me and do my cool dance.
Also known as ride and die.
Yes.
excellent. All right. So Shinaz is ride or die. So yeah, I think it's going to be some kind of actually, because you could say it's manipulation.
How about a compromise?
Hmm.
Agility manipulation.
Ah, sure. Let's do it. Yeah, an agility manipulation roll.
So that's better than my dexterity, but not as good as my manipulation.
With 2 extra dice.
Ooh. All right, so it is. So agility 3, manipulation all. Not manipulate. Yeah, agility manipulation. 2 extra dice. And I am beautiful. Do I get my beautiful for this? Because, it's a hot and sexy dance.
What does beauty, like if people find you attractive?
If people find me attractive, I get a +2 on manipulation.
No, because they all fancy the cult leader, remember?
Of course they do, yeah.
All fancy. But
So be it.
If you murder him, they might fancy you
You
instead.
can replace
They
him. Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to help but fancy me if I murdered him. But I've got someone taking care of that. All right. Without using any of my horribly abusive talents, here we go. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Nice, critical success. Right, so whipped up in the fever, or so it seems, of the preaching and the cries of the leader of this cult, Shanaz dances, whirling knives and spinning dress and all kinds of distraction going on.
Hint of flesh.
Yeah, just modest.
Just a hint.
Modest hint of flesh, not the word I'm looking for.
Janet Jackson.
Not Janet Jackson. That's not the word I'm looking, but it's the intention. No Janet Jackson here. This is the old El Arda reference. So yeah, spinning, dancing, blades.
Yeah, a little bit Sufic trance, little bit belly dance, little bit religious ecstasy.
Mm-hmm. And
Dance wherever you may be.
critical success. The leader of the cult, he sort of is he is standing like there's a break in his preaching as he sees you taken up by this dancing.
Can't complain though, can he? Because it's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah. And he gestures to you, so the whole crowd all of the cultists sort of turn and look at Shanaz as she's spinning and dancing. He shouts, "Uhaya has taken her! She gives everything to the dance! See how Uhaya is here on this rock, in this building now, blessing what is to come," kind of thing. And they all go, "Oh," sort of thing.
The claw.
The claw. That kind of stuff, yeah. Yusuf.
I haven't been thinking about that move for 2 weeks, I promise.
You gotta shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound so uncertain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
Can I use an action to aim?
I think so. Let's just check.
Slow action, 3 AP, firing an aim shot.
Yes, everything to up. I think.
I suppose it's all or nothing, isn't it? Go big or go home.
He's unlikely to die off it.
Get +2 to the attack roll.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, let's go for it.
You get 1 from the gun as well.
That's true. So
Ranged weapon +3 to your roll.
Yeah. 8 dice. Come on, crit city. How do I do a crit? Do I spend successes on a crit?
Yeah.
Do-
So yeah, let's see how many.
One.
So you need 1 to hit, and then any extra successes can be spent on crits.
I got 2 successes.
All right.
So I'm going to hit him.
Yeah. How much damage does the base do?
2.
2.
He
And I'm going to... Oh, he's got armor.
does not have armor on. So
Yeah, he's in his cult pajamas, isn't he? He's like
yes,
chilling out.
he's a true believer. He's not like a fake cult leader.
Oh, okay.
Who's, there
Got
for
a
the
stab
money
vest on.
and wearing a stick. Like he's a true believer in Uhaya the dance and whatever is to become after this. All right, so from his sort of perch in the architecture, in the rubble, Yusuf aims slowly, and as he picks the moment, as people shuffle over to get a better view of Shanaz twirling and spinning, lets off this accelerator shot, hits Masak for what did we say? 3.
2 damage, and I want to roll a crit.
2 damage. You want to roll a crit? All right, roll a d66.
And get a 66.
Okay. Here we go. I'm going to roll a yellow for the 10s and a black for the units. And I got a 14.
14. But
That's not very good.
it's not very good.
A sprained ankle.
Oh.
I mean, he can't dance though.
You don't have any talents like the Executioner talent or anything like that, do you?
Executioner talent.
There's a couple of talents
I
that
wish.
mess
No.
with crits.
Can
The
I
execution is
I think
brilliant because it
Millie's
lets you
suggesting
flip that.
talents that use
can I
characters
can I
rather
like
than-
re-roll that? Is there a way to re-roll that?
You would be able to pick multiple crits if you had enough successes to spend on it. If you
Right.
had, like-
So you could roll like 3 crits if you had loads of successes.
Pick the worst, yeah. So you shoot him. He stumbles and staggers off this little.
I can't use the gambler's talent to make one of those dice a 6.
No, because that gambler's talent just gets you successes, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't say turn it to a 6. It's a
Bum.
success.
If only it had been the other way around. A lacerated kidney would have stunned him for 2 turns.
Hey, look. You know, I was distracted by the sexy dance.
Sorry.
So the sprained ankle, as he staggers off this this plinth, this dais kind of raised area he's on, does that give him a mobility disadvantage?
Sprained ankle falls down, then -1 to dexterity and infiltration.
Oh,
So he falls down. That's something.
Yeah,
That's
so
handy.
Yeah, he stumbles and staggers off this thing, catches his ankle, falls on the floor, cries out a little bit. Dilsilla,
How close am I to Yusuf?
you tell me. Are you next to him? Are you a bit far off?
I don't know. Where did we end up?
as
when-
far away as possible. No, we were fairly close.
Okay. My question really is: am I close enough to like call him an unbeliever and snatch the gun off him, and then shoot the prophet?
That's the way you do it. Unbeliever, like this. Bam.
I believe a yank would be at least 1 AP,
Okay.
and
If the
then
answer's no, that's perfect.
I'm gonna resist.
and yes, Yusuf doesn't want to give you
Oh,
the gun.
God.
So another AP for the opposed roll. No, I definitely think you'd need to. You wouldn't. It would use up at least one of your AP to take the gun off him. So yeah, you literally shout "unbeliever."
I mean, I need an excuse to snatch the gun, so yeah.
I mean, you don't need an excuse. You could just be like, "Yusuf, to me." You could shove
Well,
you the
I
gun.
don't think he'd be able to do anything because he had his go.
I know, but we're using one of
I
your
can
AP.
let go, can't I?
You're using one
Oh,
of your
okay, yeah,
AP
no
to
worries.
narratively
Yeah.
explain.
In which case, I'm just like, my turn, buddy. Not that I'll do any better, but you know, I may as well have a go.
Okay.
Can I shout unbeliever as he fires the gun?
With him all along. All right. So,
hopefully no one saw the first shot.
Side eye the fuck out of you.
You were my friend. All right. So Silsilla
Have you played
moves
Passion
over.
Guns? He's the godfather.
Moves over and takes the gun off Yusuf. Do you stay there or do you move around to get a better shot? Because he's on the floor now. The AP to move and then just have a quick shot.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
All right, do it.
So it's agility plus range combat, yeah?
Yep.
That is 8 dice.
Disadvantage. Prone.
Why did I have the gun?
Because Silsilla was in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember when they were following me around, I
Yep.
stashed it on you.
Yeah.
I got 1 success. You like to push these rolls?
Yeah, you can push these rolls.
What do you think? Should I push?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, there's a lot
Do
of
it.
nodding going on there.
Do it.
Do it.
And
And then use Pete's gambler's talent as well.
So I've now got 3. I
Okay.
don't actually know what that means, but it means I've shot him and I can do 2 crits.
Yeah, you got 2 things. So you can do 2. They're not called stunts in Coriolis. It's something else they're called stunts in.
The expanse, I think.
Expanse.
Yeah, the expanse. So you can do 2 extra effects. So you've got 1 to hit him, which will do what? 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Next 2 points of damage. So you could spend it on a crit, see if you like that crit, and then spend the other one on a crit, or spend it on extra damage.
Okay. Ben, as you're not going to be killing anybody, do you want to roll the crit?
Who says
No.
Shabazz is not going to murder anyone?
No.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
crit's all yours.
Okay. Blue ends.
Yep.
I like the sound of that giggle.
64.
Oh,
That's good, right?
Severed aorta.
Oh yeah.
Fatal. Yes, -1. Time limit D6 minutes. Effect. Unconscious D6 hours. Then -2 to dexterity. Heal time 2d6. Bam. Shot in the heart. And you're to blame.
And I wasn't too late.
So you got one success left. Do you want to roll another crit, or do you want to
I'll just do another 2 damage. I don't even know how to stop.
No, it'll only be 1 damage.
Oh, okay.
An extra 1
I
damage.
mean, can I kill him any quicker? Like
Uh,
if I roll 6 and a 6.
if you're on a 66, I think that is like face explode, because that's what Zelian did.
Yeah.
66 is crushed skull, insta death. 65 is also insta death. Seriously, 64 is just one off insta death.
yeah. Like,
Um,
he's going to die
I'll
very
just
soon.
do another point of damage then.
Okay.
I don't. When you run out of damage points, do you die then as well?
I mean, he's going to die in D6 minutes and is unconscious. So I don't expect him to be able to take many actions against us, but you're cool.
Would you like to roll how many minutes he's unconscious for?
Sure. 3.
3 minutes of unconsciousness.
No, that's 3 minutes until he dies.
Oh, 3 minutes until he dead.
Yeah, it's unconsciousness for D6 hours, which is interesting. Why is that D6 minutes on the time limit?
If he doesn't get medical aid in
Yeah,
these,
if
if
he-
he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
get medicurgy in these next 3 minutes, he dies.
Right.
And then
Oh,
he
yeah,
would
there
be
it is.
Dead. Oh, he would be unconscious for how many hours?
D6 hours.
6.
6 hours.
Oh,
All right. So the gun is thrown across the way. Scylla grabs it, does some sort of combat roll to get him into a
Completely unnecessary one.
an unnecessary combat roll. Just looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
Rolls into a different position, levels the accelerator pistol on Musaa, shoots. There is like a thud, like a gurgled noise, and you can see like blood spreading all over the stone everywhere. He's like just flat, unmoving, maybe aside from maybe a twitch or something. Scylla doesn't know if he's completely dead. It looks a good shot, like, you know, that kind of stuff. The cultists, all these folks, a lot of them are teenage sort of university students. Some of them are like older workers. Some of them look like they're folks of leisure, that kind of stuff. One of them is the Dar that Shanaz has been hanging out with recently, under an engagement. And he runs over to Musaa, like power slides, grabs hold of Musaa, and is like, "My love, no, you can't!" And like complete, like shouting for like medicurge, like, "Someone get me the medicurge! I need help!" See, and like gestures towards Scylla, who looks cool.
Not with the gun in my hand.
Just put it in your pocket quick and shake your arms up in the air.
What do you call the police, eh?
Some of them, like, there is a complete confusion and disarray. Shanaz, what are you going to do?
I am going to take command of the situation. So I'm stopping my dance, letting the hair fall down over my face, and then dropping my voice heavy metal style, scary throat singer, and announcing that I have arrived.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Getting serious The Ring vibes.
Sadako.
Seriously taking a chance here.
Okay. This has got big deception vibes to it.
Oh, yes. Because I have arrived.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm claiming that I am the Vestal at this point, basically.
Yeah. So, are you going to again go all in, commit all your action points, have a couple of bonus dice,
Yes.
or are you just gonna like play your cards right and?
Nope. This
Okay.
is all in.
All in. 2 extra
All
dice.
in.
Deception.
Deception's not a thing.
Is it manipulation? Sorry.
Manipulation. Oh, thank God for that.
That's what I was saying.
Manipulation. Do any of my pretty things kick in at this point?
I would say you could have 1 dice from the pretty things because it's a group, really, isn't it?
It is a group. Yes. All right. Here we go then. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4.
4.
4 successes. All right.
Yeah.
More than a critical success. So as as Musaa is dying, our infatuated Dar weeping at the side, the rest of the cultists kind of look at you in a wait, what? Kind of
Kneel before me.
kneel before Zod.
Yeah. What was the name that he used for her? Vestal?
Uhaya.
Uhaya.
Uhaya. That when she's kneeled before Uhaya.
Kneel before Uhaya.
I'll kneel down and I'll tug on the culty vestments of the nearest person that's not Silsilla. Like, come on, like.
Me.
Download. High attack. This is the part where as the GM you're like, nobody expected this bullshit. Now I have to figure out what's supposed to happen compared to what actually happened, and then decide what.
I'm just looking up some effect.
The social character and 2 clowns go into the big fight. What are we going to do?
I mean, yeah, I did not expect to actually do anything good. I just like, I mean, I'm probably better shooting him than attacking him with my fists. So
When I say clowns, I mean that in the Shakespearean sense. You're like the 2 characters that you have in a Shakespeare play who will occasionally pop in for a little bit of a bicker, but are essential for the advancing of the plot, not 2 clowns in the
I'm
context.
R2D2. I know this. Don't worry.
I've never considered it essential for advancing the plot.
All right, so the cultists are torn, right? A few of them, like more than half, sort of kneel down with copying Yusuf. Like some of them, like genuine, like, oh shit, it worked kind of moment. Some of them in a, I don't know what's going on, but they just shot the boss. I think that means they're in charge now, and she looks pretty cool. And some of them just like, what? Okay, I'll kneel. The ones that don't kneel are still looking at the dying Musaa and the Dar. So whether you folks think they're truly under the influence that he tried to push onto Shanaz still, or something else, whether they're just...
Can I address them specifically? I mean, I
not-
don't know if we're still in combat time or not.
Yeah, not with
Okay.
not with this route. Like you know, you win over most of them. You make this grand sort of announcement, and Yusuf sort of chimes in and helps. But not for this round. Musaa continues dying on his initiative.
Good choice.
Yusuf,
play.
Move.
Yusuf, do you do anything other than kneel?
That's a good question. I might shuffle forwards so that I'm nearer the Dar and the dying guy in case something weird happens.
Okay.
Because there was supposed to be death and, in the room.
Mhm.
So someone is dying. If someone maybe we need to like actually get people out of the room. I'm
Okay.
not sure. So I'm going to shuffle closer in case we need to like grab the Dar or something.
All right.
You
So
know.
you're going to spend like a movement, an AP to move closer,
Yep.
and then
AP to move closer.
and then just sort of be ready if they
Yeah.
do something. Cool.
Yeah. I think my next advance, I'm going to get that mind bullets power.
Oh, that sounds cool. Pew pew. Silsilla. Graham? What does Silsilla do?
So
He's got the accelerator pistol.
I'm assuming the mood is a bit like, let's kill that guy.
The mood is a bit confused, right? Because Uhaya has manifested in Shanaz after you killed, you shot Musaa. So was Musaa, like, there's a level of that kind of, like, was Musaa the sacrifice? Are which side is right here? So everybody's a bit like, what? There's a bunch of folks staring at the dying guy. There's a majority of folks staring at the beautiful Shanaz. Nobody seems to be paying attention to the man with the gun.
All right, I was considering like pretending that the authorities were about to appear and see people would stampede off. But it appears they're entranced by Shanaz, so
I mean, Ben rolled 4 successes.
yeah. So the ones that aren't kneeling, they are
Staring at the dying Musaa and his Dar lover.
all right, and these are all important people. I probably should.
I mean, Silsilla can shoot whomever he decides to shoot in this instant.
Well, no, we're supposed to rescue some of them, and I don't know which ones we're supposed to rescue.
You've only been hired to rescue 2 people.
Yes, do I recognize them?
I think we've established you have spotted them in the crowd before now.
Because it'd be ironic and awful to just randomly shoot someone.
No, Shanaz pointed them out.
Yeah, Shanaz pointed them out, so you do know them. You can see them. They are actually both kneeling to Shanaz right now.
I mean, that seems okay. I will just fade away and be on the die, as he's most likely to be violent in response. So I guess, can I do it? Hold an action like in D&D? Cool again, if not.
It's not. I think it's. You can save.
You decrease your initiative order.
Yeah, you save some of your points
Okay.
for later.
I'm gonna.
Delay kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. So I'll use 1 to step away from where I was as an action point.
Yeah.
2 to aim at the door, and 3 to improve my goal next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna try and save that one for something in case it.
Yeah. I mean, I
Okay,
don't
so-
know what the door's initiative is, but I'll leave mine closer to his or above it.
So there is like weeping and upset, and just as we feared, obviously it wouldn't be much of a thing if he didn't sort of stand up. So the Dar, realizing Musaa is dying, stands up. He pulls out of his pocket what looks to be like a small baton that he's kind of shakes, and a little bit like Sulu in what is it? Thingy, a Mercurian blade,
Yeah.
like
It's what
slides
cards
out.
are.
This
Mm-hmm.
Very fancy, very shiny, very sharp piece of kit slides out of the small baton. And who does he blame? Does he blame? Right, okay. So we'll roll a d6. Odds is going to blame Silsilla and just run straight towards you. Evens, he obviously thinks it's Shanaz has orchestrated it.
He gets away scot-free with the first shot.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're on the grassy knoll. Yeah, Evens, he's going to think Shanaz has orchestrated this and he's going to run straight for her. It's a 1. It's a 1. All right, so he, draws this Mercurian blade, looks at Silsilla, who's
Buggered off out of the way, so
moving back. So he's going to use his action point to run at you, and cover the distance, get up to you, and then he is going to try and stab you.
I should have shot him outright.
LA combat. What a Mercurian blade will do.
More than emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Hey, do not knock emotional damage. I can do 2 stress with a harsh word.
I mean, less limbs than you started with, or emotional damage.
Not everyday items.
Paralyze you with a sentence.
Not a one.
I can paralyze you with my scent.
All right.
Yes, yes, you can.
It is a Mercurium sword for those who are following, which does damage 3 and has 2 dice bonus.
And is also cool.
And is very cool. So yeah, he is gonna 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 dice as he runs towards you, outraged that you have killed his poor Musaa, who wanted nothing but to raise a Vestal and kill everybody on the planet.
Nothing more.
It's another Blackadder plot, isn't it? This is the Bob plot.
Yeah.
Kill Bob.
Yeah. All right. So he gets 2 dice, 2 successes.
Okay.
Which unfortunately is not enough to activate a crit.
I mean, you say unfortunately, but
Actually, what did I roll? I rolled 7. I got 2 successes. 1, 5. I'm going to spend a darkness point to essentially give him a prayer. See if he can get any more 6s. He gets 1 more 6, so he's got 3 successes.
I can use my armor roll.
Yeah, which is
Likely.
enough to activate a crit.
Okay.
I
I got a 5, so no armor from me.
So that would be another darkness point for me. And I'm going to see how badly I hurt Silsilla. It's a 22. You take 3.
22 is broken fingers. Oh, drop item -2 to range combat and melee combat.
All right, so you take 3 points of damage
Okay.
from the way it just slams into you, and the sword hits you, and then also just the weight of him colliding with you crushes the accelerator pistol into you, breaks some of your fingers, and you drop the gun on the floor.
Okay.
That's him. You've got an action point left, so did you wanna? You could probably block actually. You might need to wind that back.
Okay.
Because if you don't take any damage, the crit won't hit.
And how do you block?
Double check.
Do you roll a dice and hope it's a 6?
There will be some dice rolling and some hopeful 6s. Let's just check.
Block, blocky, block, 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 block.
Action. Defending in close combat. Doing. Defending. All right, so you've got a couple of options. You're going to test melee combat. You can decrease the damage, counterattack, disarm, or raise your initiative.
So,
if you're successful. So it's going to be a melee combat.
Oh, okay, so I make my own check.
Yeah, so when you defend, you test melee combat, you and the enemy roll dice at the same time, compare the results.
Okay.
If
So
you get more...
I rolled 4 dice. Actually, I think... Is this melee combat, not strength?
Yeah.
Not force. I mean, I rolled a 5 and a 1, and a 5 and a 1.
Alright, so he gets 2 6s, so it does happen.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
At least he didn't chop your fingers off.
I mean, I would like to shove them down his throat if he did.
Shove your fingers down his
Yeah.
throat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair
I mean,
play.
that would certainly be off-putting, let's face it.
Alright. So yeah, the dog gets up from the dying Musaa, charges across the way, slams into Silsila. He is like a crunch and some sort of cool, stifled, muffled pain from Silsila because you shout bad swears. Blood spilled on the other side of the room. Shanaz. You.
How about those ditherers? Are they still dithering?
They're sort of everybody's now watching like where the Dar has gone to avenge the fallen Musaa. Who's still got about 2 minutes left of life in him, but everybody's given up on him now.
Okay, you want to see Dark?
Oh no! What's Shanaz gonna do?
Sheath your blades in the body of the men who would control Uhaya. And I will point at the Dar.
Oh. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Let's make another manipulation roll. You can have. So if you're going to do all your action points again, that would be two action. Oh,
I think I might hold one of them back. No, all in.
Okay.
All or nothing. No holds barred.
Go big, go home.
Only 2 successes with all of those dice, which is a bit sucky, but there you go.
All right. So sheath your blades in the body of those who would control you, and you point at the Dar who's fighting with Silsila. They all sort of look panicked. Like, some of them didn't think they would actually have to do the murdering.
This was directed at the ones that were stood up, not the ones that
Yeah.
were kneeling.
The ones who are now in the cult of Uhaya Shanaz. Shanaz Uhaya. Yeah, so there's
New
a-
t-shirt coming.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
It's going to look metal as fuck.
just like big hair, dancing, crazy eyes. Yeah, there's a few of them who are like, we never actually signed up for actual murder. You can tell from the look.
And that's good. That means they're salvageable. I'm glad.
And there's a few who are like, yeah,
Whatevs.
yeah, I would
really
probably not be integrated into society very well in the first place. I'm down for this kind of thing. And the ones who are now sort of like interested in the death of Musaa, some of them look over in a kind of way. Yusuf, what are you doing?
I'll go and stab him.
You're gonna go and stab the Dar?
Yes, Ohio, by your word. And I'll run across him.
Stab him,
Love
sure.
you, Pete.
Sure. What would a knife be? I don't think
I've got a knife here.
I got it.
Yep. So my initiative is actually slightly higher.
Okay.
I mean, I was waiting for you to actually produce like a huge knife in real life.
Pick up literally.
Hang on.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your initiative would go up to 5.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's mad. That means my hand fan is better than a dagger in some regards because it's a +2 on initiative.
Lightweight. isn't
It's
it?
very light.
yeah. So it's damage 2, crit 2. You have to use an AP to get over to him. 'Cause close
That's
range.
fine. That's fine. I'll swing my blade at him. I'm more trying to, Ohio has just announced this. I'm doing the action to try and those people have gone, oh, I might I like a bit of stabbing. I'm gonna go first. Like I may be completely ineffectual. In fact, I'm about to be completely ineffectual, but here we go.
No.
I got 2 successes. Shit.
Wow.
So I'll do 3 damage.
Okay. Ow! Just run up, stab him in the back.
Right in the kidney.
Yeah, right in the kidney. Yes, Uhaya.
I really hope we don't summon the fucking Vestal by murdering him.
She sat on 15 darkness points. Why would you say that?
2 darkness points. No. So Yusuf leaps over some architecture, runs down some stairs. Yasuhaya plunges his sacrificial dagger into the back of the Dar, who is in turn stabbing Silsilla.
Oh yeah.
I've got you, buddy.
Get off my buddy.
Get off my buddy, kind of thing. Silsilla.
All right then. Is there such a thing as like a disengage action, Coriolis?
I think you just move. You would need some AP to be able to attack you.
Oh, that's cool.
It might be. Let me just check, because I'm sometimes getting alien combat with.
No bother.
Yeah. Do you roll a d6 for the dart to see if he hisses at you and runs away?
Yeah.
If an enemy who is engaged in melee combat with you attempts to move away, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but you need an AP.
Oh, it costs 1 AP, yeah, and he's spent all of his, so you're all good there.
Although I could spend darkness points to let him do
You know what? I'm just going to pick my gun up and I'm going to shoot him in the face.
That also is a thing.
Yeah, will it actually affect my range combat?
This.
Pistol, I can just fire it from the hand.
I
Dodge
assume you
this,
can.
bitch.
No, I'm going to spend the darkness points
this.
to get him to as you go. Just make a quick.
Oh no, I changed my mind.
Are you staying close?
I'm going to pick up the gun and shoot.
All right. Sure.
Do I take a negative pistol or not?
I don't think you do in this.
It's not like a rifle, is it?
No, it's a little.
Right then, let's see if we can't shoot him in the face then. I got 2 successes.
Ooh. So what is the base damage of your pistol?
These 2.
2. So you're going to do 2 damage to him, and what is the crit range?
Let's find out. I'm going to use the same 2 dice.
Oh, you critting? It's got a crit of 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I use the green as the fens. Oh yeah. Oh.
The emotional.
But I got the other way round. It would have been 65.
Oh.
As it was, it's 56.
I'm sure 56 isn't to be sniffed at.
But it's still not a 65.
56 is severed artery leg. Fatal, yes. D6 minutes. Unconscious, D6 hours, then -2 to dexterity. You basically shot him in the femoral artery.
Oh,
Wow.
Lovely.
That's going to be spilly.
Yeah.
spilly.
Blood everywhere in this old Seeker's temple. What will Carver say when he finds out? What will he say?
Probably swords are cool.
Swords are cool. I've got one myself. Did I tell you how I got this false tooth?
Swords are cool.
Yeah. All right. So Silsilla kind of ducks back, scoops up in his other hand the gun. There's a bit of hand slappery, and then you shoot him in the leg.
Gun cutter.
Gun cutter. And you shoot him in the leg. I like to think in the cinematic version of this, there's a quiet moment where you both sort of stop because you're not sure who got shot.
Who got the gun? Yeah.
And then blood spills onto the floor.
I feel like I'm undoing my cover as someone who just drives the bus. just like, and you're dead, and you're dead.
Yeah, you're doing a bit of
It's
murder.
fine. If they're stab happy enough, if you step out of the way now, all of these nutters are going to go hell for leather on him, and it'll be impossible to tell.
No. I more meant that I keep saying that I don't do any of the the operative stuff, but I've just
just-
one
Oh,
shot
yeah.
killed 2
You just
people.
drive the wagon. All right, so there's chaos about to erupt, because it is all of their turns, because they are a mob, including our Dar. Like the Dar is staggering. He's a bit well, he's got a lot of blood on the floor.
I cut my own fingers like this.
You manipulate it, do you? Okay. He is going to try an ineffective stab towards you. And I say ineffective because he's already lost 2 dice on this.
Is he not dead or unconscious yet?
No, it's not. Read the 54 for us again, Ben?
54. Oh, 54. I thought it was 56.
It was 56.
Oh, 56, sorry, 56.
Oh, phew. Severed artery, leg. Fatal, yes, -1. Time limit, D6 minutes. Effect, unconscious, D6 hours, then -2 to dexterity. So
So
he
next
should be
turn,
unconscious.
He'll be dead. Unconscious -1. The next turn, he'll drop. He'll be unconscious for those number of turns. And then he'll die if he doesn't receive
Okay.
things. Yeah?
Yeah.
So he's got 5 dice instead of 7 to try and swing at you blindly, Silsilla. I'm gonna spend a darkness point.
Do I still have an action point left then, as I just did the quick shot?
Yeah, I think you do. Be able to. Oh, that's better.
Disarm him for funsies.
I mean, I have to actually roll a 6 first. I only roll good on crits.
All right. So are we defending? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing?
yeah. Nope.
He gets 1 dice on the. You threw.
Non big fat 0.
He does. He gets 2 successes on his attack, which is.
Hang on, armor.
Yeah.
I say that like I rolled 1 dice. Nope.
All right. So that is 3. I think it's 5 damage.
Really?
4 damage.
I only did 2 last time.
Whoa.
3.
Okay, no worries. I'm on 4 out of 9.
Coriolis sword does 3 damage.
Yeah. But it took 3 for the first one,
Which I did, yep, 6 out of 9.
and then 3, 4 for this one. So
Okay.
spend the extra crit. Literally just putting everything he's got into like stabbing Stilsilla, the person who murdered the love of his life and him. So he just charges forward at you with this sword, stabs into you, and then I'd say about a third of the cultists all swarm over. And there's a few moments where we can't tell whether they're attacking Silsilla or the Dar, and there's 5 or 6 of them around. There's knives flying in the air, and shouts and cries, that kind of stuff.
Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Yes. Yeah, bit of Shaun of the Dead. And after a moment or two, Silsilla, how do you get out? Do you crawl out? Do you back off? Join in?
No. I just squirm my way out. I'm assuming he knocked me over, so I just bum shuffle backwards.
Oh, so you crab walk backwards?
Yeah. I can point a gun at anyone who comes.
Mercurian blade sticking out your
Oh, that's
torso.
mine now, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you can turn it off, right?
Is that what you do? You bum shuffle backwards while these guys are laying
Well, I'm not
into
gonna do
him,
it with a sword in me. That just seems
and then
like
you deactivate the
adding
Mercurian
extra
blade.
trauma, doesn't it?
Danger is it removing the thing from the
Isn't it
wound?
like plasma or something?
Activated.
No, it's like a nanometal
Not a
shape
lightsaber.
memory thing.
Like
It's a
smooth
pool of
sword.
liquid metal that memorizes the shape of a blade. When you pass a charge through it, it adopts the charged shape.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't really move the sword through me, I don't think. So
Alright. So you deactivate the blade. Massive amount of pain as it leaves. You put a hand.
I mean, I imagine it hurt anyway.
Well, it hurts even more now it's left. You put a hand either side of you. We'll stop combat because I think most of the threat has been dealt with. There are about 4 folks around Musaak's body, openly weeping and crying. There are
Can I catch shot on?
shoot them if you want. There are like 6 folks beating up the Dar in the name of Shanaz Ghaya. And then there are about 10 folks who were just sort of stood there, like, clearly they weren't prepared for this level of violence.
Hey, you
Go
want
and
to throw
offer
down
them
this
refreshments.
Would you like an orange?
finesse? Make a steward roll.
Cup of tea, Father.
Right? Nope.
Oh,
All right, can I
go on.
continue the taking control of the situation thing that I've been trying to pull off?
Yeah.
And I will lift up my voice ever so slightly and say, "Come to me, my children. Come to me."
Mm-hmm.
Get them all to sort of shimmy over if I can, once the Dar's finished being stabbed a billion times.
Yeah, there are a few of them who I think Yusuf and Silsila are like slightly concerned that they're are like a little bit too violent for their own good.
Yeah. Watch that one.
They've gone
Yeah.
corn instead of slash.
Yes, definitely. Like sort of thing. But yeah, down on the floor, not up on the like the raised area, they make their way towards you. Some of them sort of bowing and kneeling, others kind of like lowering their heads sort of thing. One or two openly like shocked and amazed kind of thing.
And I'll hold out my arms full on preachy style, and I'll tell them Uhaya is love. Uhaya is trust. Uhaya is faith. You who have been faithful to me this day shall walk forth into the light, not with blade in hand, but with love in heart.
I'm puking
Those
in the
of you
corner.
who are badged with the blood of the controllers shall take this place as our fortress of solitude and make it ready
One
for
of
those who would come.
One of them is like literally comes forward, like takes hold of maybe your like hat, or like reaches out to like touch your face or something, like invade personal space. One of the older folk who have been there, they say, "Listen to the stories that my father told me. We've kept all the old ways for you. Uhaya, I can't believe you are here. Are you taking this vessel to project yourself from afar? I truly, like they're like overcome."
Is it an old lady or an old man?
Let's call them an old man.
Yeah, I give him a little kiss on the forehead. I would say, "Good father, you will be honored for your sacrifice." Is he one of the ones that's covered in blood?
Yes.
Yes, he will be honored for his sacrifice when the police get him.
Yes.
Several years.
He looks at you and is like, "You know of the sacrifice? You know of the Nazarene and what we have done here for you." Oh,
Uhaya knows all,
he puts his,
but you must preach the gospel to these disciples. And I'll point at Yusuf and Silsila.
and he looks at them, Yusuf and Silsila, and is like, yeah, like his blood-stained clothes and that kind of stuff. And he's like, come, I will do as Uhaya commands. And like heads over to Winston, and he gestures to like somebody else, like, you're a kid, you can come over as well, that kind of thing.
What I want to do is I kind of want to divide them into 2 main groups, maybe 3 groups. There's the definitely not, the definitely rescue, and the I'm thinking about you.
Okay.
The definitely nots, the ones who I want to stay here, are the ones that have got blood on their robes from getting really into this instabulating business.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bit carried away and a little bit nuts. So
It could
they're
be
gonna
crew on
stay
the ship,
here.
though, couldn't they?
No,
but
no, they can't.
At the end
Because
of session, love them. Yeah.
they're going to stay here in this temple, and they're going to make it more suitable for Uhaya to come and preach in. The kids, the ones that we're going to rescue, they're coming with me out to greet the dawn because that's essential. And the maybe group, are any of the kids that we're supposed to be rescuing in the maybe group?
Let's say like the sister, she's in the maybes. The brother has fully converted to Shanaz Uhaya. But the sister is still like she looks over at the dead Masak and that kind of stuff, and you can see that she's like clearly wavering and confused, and she's crying that this guy is dead. But
cup her
so
face
sad.
in my hand. Go up to her and cup her face in my hand and say, "Mourn not those who would control us, sister. Your time to rise will come."
And she
God, there's no way any of this shit is going to bite me in the arse later, is there?
No, there's no way you've just formed a cult and declared yourself a
Counter cult.
Yeah.
You so she get in on the merchandise opportunities.
Yeah, the merchandising opportunities are ripe though, yeah. Sacrificial Shanaz daggers.
Yeah.
Dance party Uhaya on the PlayStation.
Someone recorded that, right?
Now that's what I call Uhaya.
That's what I call Uhaya Volume 1.
Stars of Uhaya, Season 1.
Retractable party blades.
I'm robbing the Dar's body while all that's going on.
I mean, the thought was mine, buddy, but yeah.
All right, so
give it a kick for me as well.
What's on the Dar's body? Let's see.
Try and make sure you get his hand as well.
Hand off?
What, you gonna marry him?
Well, we might need a thumbprint to access his accounts.
Well, I wouldn't mind a mercurial sword.
I think that Silsila might have first dibs on that, what with it being inside them.
Oh, is it stuck in you?
I did take it out, but
Oh, okay.
I'm holding
You got
on
that
to
then.
it. I don't
That's
want
cool.
anyone to stick in
All right.
me again.
So the camera sort of pans over to Yusuf, putting in his pocket a tag. Like a tag is what they, you have your burr on.
Money, yeah.
A tag, a very fancy looking tabula, and then a little talisman of on the one side. It's like carved really nice. On the one side, it looks like a dancing woman. And then on the other side, it looks like a feral beast. And the shape is kind of like, you have to turn it over to make the, where you look at it one way.
Didn't know they did Shanaz talismans.
Yeah. And then
Duck or a rabbit.
also an accelerator pistol.
Oh. I don't need to rub that off my character sheet
No,
then.
you can keep it. So you've got a tag, a tabula, a beast talisman.
Beast talisman, cool.
Beast talisman. And an accelerator pistol.
Is there a way of telling how many burr is on the tag without plugging it into something?
You
plug it into a Medicaid.
Can you plug
Can
it
I
into
tap
your
it on
own
the tabula?
transactor and it
I
shows
think
you?
Yeah, you sort of like. I guess you might have to do some data gym rolls, but while I'm pretty sure this is not the first person Yusuf has mugged.
I beg your pardon. Maybe.
So you sort of like quickly sort of hold it over his face or something, so it gets the face recognition.
I've got to take his head as well.
Yeah, gosh, no.
No, you can transfer it onto yours. It's great.
It's loaded with 6,700 burr.
Okay.
You buy all sorts of cool stuff with that.
Yeah, it's a good place. So it's loaded with 6,700 burr.
Can I
Yeah, transfer it over to yourself and that kind of stuff.
can I transfer 2,200 to each of the others, or do I have to make physical contact?
Not right now, unless you're going to start like getting out stuff. And,
No,
like,
but
like,
later.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
might
Uhaya
compromise the
Mystique is
play a
bit
little bit.
broken by it. It's your cup, bro.
Shanaz's banking.
I don't know
app
if I
goes,
could just like
"Ding."
type beam it over, like boop boop.
Just keep hold of it until a bit later, maybe.
Sure.
Try not to spend it all on t-shirts.
Make no promises.
Happy
How old
yes.
again?
T-shirts.
Got a
for
new
capybara.
design in mind.
How much?
Right,
Capybara?
So Yusuf is robbing the Dar blind. Silsilla is like got a hole through him. Fancy new sword. There's this old guy who, as Yusuf puts the transactor, the tag in his pocket, like, come, I will tell you of the Nazarene. Come, higher commands. You must listen. And sort of.
So you can't see that.
Because I can't very well ask him about the legends about me, can I?
Come to me.
He looks at you and he's like, you should get a medicurge.
I shoot him. I don't. but I
You
want
can shoot him if you want.
Fuck you.
All right, so he's going to talk to Silsilla and Yusuf. What is the so while this has happened, like the sort of critical kind of time has ended. Shanaz has convinced a whole bunch of folks. You're going to lead some people out, go and find the Debaran, the guard, the Lotus City guard, bring them down. Or
I'm going to take these kids outside and talk them down so that they're a lot more chilled and they're not like blood culty anymore. And instead they're kind of peace and love culty.
Okay.
We do an anonymous tip to the guard to say there's some weird shit going on down there rather than.
The anonymous tip to the guard is supposed to be for the guys that are still stuck in the temple.
Yeah,
so the guard can go in and get them. And they're
later.
all covered in blood, talking about how a goddess turned up and told them to stab the Dar. They're getting put away for a long time for all of the crime.
Absolutely.
He's going to ring Captain whatever and give him.
Once we've got them outside, we can take the kids away. We'll take them back to the temple if we can. Can we make it back to the...
You want to climb up the side of the wound and
I
head
see.
straight into the Icon Temple.
No, you're right. That's crazy talk, isn't it? I was thinking more the thingy school.
University.
No, not the university. The Mithra Academy, where my friend is.
Garud Mathematical Institute.
Definitely not there.
Oh, the Courtesan Academy.
Yeah, the Courtesan Academy.
With, what was her name? Alina?
Anila. Because they'll be able to do like the calming stuff and the chilling them out stuff and the keeping them in one place stuff.
Okay.
And start working on the deprogramming, and then we can have their families come and get them discreetly, and there will be more gratitude displayed.
Okay. Give me one more manipulation roll.
Yes, as you wish.
See how well this goes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Three successes.
Critical. All right. So it goes almost perfectly. Yeah. As you're leading folks out, you can just see like the top of the wound, like the gap where the storm that we were worried about, that we were chasing and biting through, clears. The sons of Debaran sort of shining down, reflecting on the opposite side of the way. You get a message to your friend Anila, and she sort of leaps to the idea. A, there's going to be a bunch of noble kids in here, and now she's got families with information to sort of claw into. And B, she's going to get unfiltered access to them while they sort of teach them that perhaps they were caught in a cult kind of thing. So there's a bunch of stuff that she's happy to help out with, both politically and financially kind of thing.
Also, it kind of converts them over to the dancer side of things, away from the Uhaya side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a nice way of doing it through the temple. It's probably the least damaging to these kids psychologically, is to slowly deprogram them through a series of steps.
Yeah. Um, the thing that
Cold turkey. Go cold turkey
Go
every
cold
time.
turkey. The thing that kind of throws a bit of a spanner in the works is when you bring the guard in, and it's only when you sort of like he says something that you realize he knew, and you perhaps talking, or maybe Yusuf's talking about there are these cultists down here and they've killed the cult leader, and he says, "You've killed Masak? They've killed Masak," or something like that. And you're like, yeah.
No, a different cult.
A different cult or something.
Muzak, we killed Muzak.
I don't know who's
I
Yeah.
know
Muzak?
that shit.
Or perhaps
But there are cultists in the guard then.
no. Perhaps it's like no, this is how it probably happens. So one of them says, "Oh, it was a shame. He was a really promising young lad." And they mention his surname. They mention his full name, which is actually the same surname as the guard captain who interviewed Silsila.
Oh.
And it's his son.
I mean, he loves me. I'm sure I'll be fine.
So when the guard captain finds out his son has been murdered by the cultists, what do Yusuf and
Ayid Sasani.
Sasani, Masak Sasani.
Well, it wasn't anything to do with me, so I'm fine.
It wasn't anything that you didn't murder him. It was Silsila. So what do we do with Silsila? Do we?
It wasn't Silsila that did it. It was the cultists.
It was those weirdos down in the cave.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we're not going up to the guard and going, "Hello,
No.
we would like to tell you about this."
I mean,
It would
I'm
be-
No,
sure
no.
it was that
We're calling in hey, there's some guys covered in blood down in the wound, and there's like some noises and
they've
chanting
murdered,
and weird shit going on.
I
Die Yasir.
But he was murdered by an accelerator pistol that is owned by Silsila.
The die has an accelerator pistol. as
Yeah,
well.
but
I'll leave the accelerator pistol behind. That's fine.
you're gonna leave. You could like. Leave
I will
the
give
one that will
the
match.
fancy accelerator pistol to Silsila, and we leave the crap one behind.
Oh, you give it.
No, I'm not saying your gun was crap, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I felt it did quite well for itself, but I get what you mean. Like, it doesn't have the silver filigree and the gold.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Is
pimped
it
his gun,
registered
you know.
to Silsila is the issue there.
Yes, because he doesn't have the fake licenses that
Sure, I have.
Kashar or other folks would have. So it
There's a-
is tied to
Well,
Silsila.
can you tell the difference between the different accelerator
Yeah.
With
pistols?
14 darkness points, yes.
You know what? If it's going to be all 14 of them, yeah.
Oh, look, there you go. Look, 12. Let's spend 2.
He just
so
wants to
they'll know.
stick Silsila in prison again.
Yeah. No, but obviously, like, there would
You're
be
welcome to
ways-
dig into the body and scoop out the bullets.
Yeah. And that kind of stuff.
I mean, we could just be off planet.
Yeah.
If we just leave him down there, we get as far, almost all the way back to the ship. Then we call in the anonymous
Mhm.
tip, drop the
Before-
kids off.
Before we do that, what were the conditions of me leaving?
You had to stop the investigation and get off planet right now.
So I can just tell them to take. Did you take the clamps off them?
They probably will, but if you get back there and be like, "I've got my friends, we're going," I'll be like, "Yeah."
Why don't you two leave, head up to orbit? I'll drop the kids off at the temple, start the process going, manipulate someone else into calling it in.
So
Pay someone
can
else
do
to call
that,
in.
but I think still was pretty pissed off at the door, and I was planning to perhaps have Silsila like ring the Dawes family and demand damages for his fingers, and also trying to be murdered. He's just like, I mean, it's not my fault the man was a cult leader, and then he tried to kill me. But you can try and talk me out of it. I'm happy to do. I will probably.
I want to see that happen.
Yeah. I would probably lose the
Go on,
advance roll,
go on.
just in case it's terrible.
Getting
Yeah,
him
in
drunk.
fairness,
Getting
my
him
top
drunk just to
priority
make
is-
it even worse.
Deprogramming the kids. So if you guys want to deal with the police situation, I shall leave that in your capable hands.
Sure, let's go handle that, Cecilia. I think you should call them up, get some money out of them.
Yeah, like
They won't want that stain on their family name. All these fucking high ups, they all their reputation is more important to them than anything else.
Sounds good. Would I even have a number for the Dyers family? I mean, they got to have a directory or something.
I mean, they've probably got like their own like site web, contact page.
All
The
right.
only thing I don't get, Graham, is why you would.
Well, because he's quite angry about.
I mean, I get it's funny. That I'm totally down with that. It is absolutely funny. But would you really phone up the family of the guy that you killed to get reparations for a couple of broken fingers when you've got a sword that's worth a couple of grand out of it?
I have no idea they're worth anything.
Maybe on the way out of the system.
Um,
I'm glad I killed the bastard.
Mercurium swords. They
Yeah.
cost around 3,000 burr. I mean, you can assume this one is like the fanciest end of that, so add on like 1,000 to make it look cool. Yeah, they cost about 3,000 burr.
All right then. He'll just mutter to himself constantly the whole time.
Or 2 coffees and some baklava on Coriolis.
Yes, but not the good baklava.
Not the good baklava, no. We killed them.
Yes, I will bear an inward grudge against whatever the Dyers family is.
Okay. You will add that to your list the next
The
time.
Yassir family.
Yassir, yeah. When you come back to
If we ever come back to here, yes, I will dislike the Isaiah family for, being involved with the cult and being upset I stopped it.
okay. We head out, we convince or bribe someone to ring in the thing, and we find out that Masak is the chief's guard's son. So we are far enough away from this, leaving Silsila's accelerator pistol in the hands of one of the cultists, kind of thing.
Take this, my brother. It will help defend you.
Yeah. And we hotfoot it to the Kuda Patilla, where Adia and Kirsch are like, I've hidden everything. They were really rude. They talked to me like I was a thing.
Adia? Or
Yeah, it's Adia.
Okay.
There's a whole sentence there. Of course, it's Adia.
They're assholes. Don't worry about it.
I will say I'm really sorry about that.
I would like to not be on this planet anymore.
Yeah. It's a,
You know what?
we're forming
Just-
a club.
just for you, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can we go
For no other
somewhere?
reason whatsoever, we're going to leave right now.
Well, where's Shanaz?
Doing like courtesan things.
I'll meet you in
Oh,
orbit.
you don't want to know.
Okay, sure. Like, can we go to somewhere that's got like swimming pools or lakes and stuff next, not a desert?
What about a hot tub?
No, I want to do some proper swimming. Maybe they got gills.
Hey, how much to get like a swimming pool installed?
We could like flood the cargo bay.
I mean, we don't actually have any cargo, so.
I imagine this
Yeah.
is like as you're like making your way to the bridge kind of thing and setting
So-
up for pre-flight.
How do I get my finger? There's time. Do I need to
Time,
pay
you could
somebody?
probably find a medicurge.
Just put them in this door here, and I'll pull on your arm, and you'll be fine.
I mean, they're not dislocated. Okay, I'll go with that.
You could do a Mel Gibson and just.
Just punch something even harder than a sword, yeah.
Let's roll 2d6.
Okay, dice, pretend it's a go for it. Oh, that one is actually a 1. Got a 3 and a 1.
It's going to take 4 days for them to heal, to be like
I
no
don't think
penalty.
it's very long at all, to be fair.
4 days to heal, so there's no penalty. That's not to suggest that, like, narratively they won't be bruised and swollen. And
Yeah,
that kind of
I
stuff,
won't be
but-
spinning my gun around in cool ways.
Yeah. So between Yusuf, Cecilia, Adia, and Kirsch, we get the ship ready. We're off we leave orbit, leaving Shanaz behind in the courtesan house.
Oh, Shanaz was going to catch up with them in orbit.
Mhm.
Was just going to tidy stuff
Yeah,
up.
no,
Don't leave without me.
Yeah, leave
Got,
me on
they've
the
probably
planet.
got like a
while
big
we-
catapult. We'll just
we
open the
just-
cargo
just-
bay.
We've got a lot of t-shirts we need you to sign, so we're not leaving without you. Don't worry.
So, oh, fuck.
But we have successfully completed our mission for our patron
Yes,
and our patron's patron.
patrons.
And a bunch of other people as well, who we didn't even know we were doing it for.
Yeah, we should definitely call them up. Have
Oh,
we
I'm
kept
done.
their children so we can hand them
Yeah.
back when we get
Yeah.
Why
paid?
do you think I put their children in the courtesan house?
Yeah.
Yeah, come and pick up your kids while we discuss the terms,
Reparations.
finder's fee,
Find us fee.
counselling fees.
like it. Provisioning.
So there's like a few scenes where Shanaz is like, do you like say no, Uhaya has left me, or I Uhaya leave you in the care of these people? What is the transition?
Yeah, I guess we'll gradually decrease the difference between Shanaz and Uhaya as we talk to them. And sort of, once we've got them to the courtesan house and got them settled and a little bit more chilled, and maybe a fairly regular amount of opor in their rooms, we'll tell them that the time for Uhaya is not now, that Uhaya is but a face of the dancer, and the dancer is the true icon to whom their prayers reach. The dancer is the one who sent Uhaya to them. Dancer, dancer, dancer. Put dancer in their head and gradually slide them across that way. Part of that montage would also be the occasional business meeting with parents. We found your kids. Don't worry. There will be no shame on your house. No harm will come to them or to you. We will counsel them through all of the trauma that they've been forced through by the evils of the cult that were found down in the wound. They're going to be fine. Subtle hints about rewards and gigantic cash donations.
All right, make me a culture roll.
Culture. I'm good at that. I could do culture. I'm well cultured, I am.
It is.
I have to be, really, to be a courtesan. Oh, that's 3 successes. Nice.
Cool. So like one of the last sort of sessions Shanaz has with one of the previous cultists, and you're talking about how Uhaya is the dancer, and that kind of stuff, and that sort of thing. And it's I mean, I assume Shanaz has this composed face, whatever is said. But this cultist is one of the older ones, and they say that you're like really reinforcing this kind of thing, and they grab you by the hands, Shanaz, perhaps as you're doing some sort of dance with them to sort of swing it home, and they look at you in like a bit of an opor daze, a bit of like a grief at the loss of the cult leader of them. They go, was Uhaya ever anything other than the dancer? That is what we were taught, no? This is what we've been. This is the way it's always been. This is not new. You're teaching us. And then they laugh and they say, yes, of course, but only now do we speak of them. The dancer. The boo now. Yes, of course. They go back to your kind of thing.
And I'll give her a little wink on the way out.
Yeah. And Nia kind of pulls you to one side as well at some point in this deprogramming session and says, I am concerned. Few of them have spoken of sacrifices and the Nazarene. Independently.
What do we know?
Well, they were wiped out. But if they are still active and teaching these people, and she looks like looks towards like the I guess it would be like the tea room, or like the equivalent of the cantina, or the like a meeting area kind of thing, where families are meeting with their children. She's like, if we've spent this time with some of these children trying to convince them that they should not be following this higher and things, what if the teaching has come from their family? What if the Nazarene sacrifice were not destroyed as they should have been? As it was
I feel that you are
reported.
quite right. They are not as destroyed as they seem to have been. It is something we will have to look into. But there is only so much each of us can do. Keep your house open, keep your heart open, keep your eyes open.
I'm worried for you, Shanaz, now you've taken on this aspect and you claimed it as your own for a while.
I have concerns of my own, and I will be seeking out some specialist assistance.
Good luck. And like, as she sort of escorts you, walks you out to like a landing pad kind of thing, and she's got a bundle of good bar and tea and some biscuits or whatever, things from home, things that you would only get like. She passes these to you as she puts you onto an orbital shuttle that's going to go up and meet with the ship, your crew kind of thing. She kisses you, walks back, and the ship leaves into orbit. Unless there was anything you wanted to. Is there anything in those interludes? Is there anything Shanaz did, picked up, or left behind?
Did we manage to get any cash out of any of the families is one thing. And my contract with Dar Yassir. Because I kind of want to sue him, but at the same time.
I mean, it's interesting because you've now had lots of public posts with you socializing with now somebody who is a murdered cultist.
Clearly investigating him.
Is that what Shanaz is spinning it these days?
I'm a faithful servant of the dancer. I go where she wills it.
So there's a bit of like, I guess when you get to more civilized society, a bit of like controversy about who Shanaz is picking as her clients these days.
She is starting to move away from a client-focused business model.
Also bad Shanaz products on the market into light for business deals. So it does in some ways sort of reflect on your professional image. You do get a couple of bribes to neglect to mention certain children in terms of reports or interviews or anything that might come up as you go forwards. And Shadi is pleased to hear you found the children. Her patron is glad that both of them have been returned. Mostly
That's
well.
Esfanjar, isn't it?
Yeah. Mostly well. Obviously, there's a short while with the daughter staying at the courtesan house, but they're happy that the story is daughter spends too much time at courtesan house over daughter joins Nazarene cultists for murder and other activities. ?
Yeah.
So Shadi assures you all your bills for this kind of like transport and that sort of stuff will be covered. She'll pay the next couple of segments, the next segment's loan on the ship and consumables for the ship. She'll, rather than just basically transferring you she'll cover things off the books through her books, sort of keep you flying.
Probably worth more doing it that way.
Mm-hmm. And also, you've proven to her it's a decent investment having you folks together. While while we're sort of syncing up the ship, Silsila is at the helm. Was Shanaz's orbital taxi sort of drops her off and syncing her up. Down in the
An Orber.
an Orba, yeah. Down in the kind of cantina where Kirsch is idly kind of, I guess, like 3D, you know, like a 3D printer pen or something, printing out a model for like a hot tub, like in a design that might fit in the hold. Kirsch is like, an idea every now and again is, no, it needs more seats. Can you make it deeper? I want to be able to sink under the water. Because she's like, no, it's got to be small so they can jump in. Who can jump? Nobody's jumping in a hot tub. That's not what you do. And they have this kind of back and forwards. There's a screen playing that's picked up, and it's got like a bulletin network news on it. And it's the order continues its dangerous escalation. We've just received word that the large Zalosian fleet that has established a blockade in Awaz. Our allies on Sadal and Mira are worried. The council is deliberating as we speak. Sanctions against Zalosian colonies and interests are apparently on the table as a military response. Zalos is now completely cut off, and the colonial agency is trying to negotiate the release of non-Zalosians from the city of foreigners. We are with backing from the clergy of the Church of Icons and some more prominent Miran clans. There is still a chance that the portals will remain open for change, for trade and pilgrimage throughout the horizon. Just shows like blockades of fleets and a lot of other kind of cuts to the council on Coriolis, light years, like systems away from here, from Mira, from Zalos, and just this point above a planet light years away, deciding and negotiating for the fate of thousands, kind of thing. Adia kind of looks up at the screen and sort of flicks it over to like Stars of the Bar and rerun 74 kind of thing. It's the good one where they have the full on scrap in the Stars house. That involves one of
Classic.
them getting evicted before they get to sing, kind of thing. It's that one.
It's all the throat punching.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, can't sing because they've been throat punched. So, where do you want? Like, you pick up Shanaz. Parts of the horizon are being cut off. You've sent a message to Shadi over the past couple of days, and she is going to pay for things. There's nothing specifically on the cards. You are, if you want, free agents for a moment.
I would like to say that me and Yusuf were not responsible for the amount of Shanaz merchandise. We bought it. We didn't make it.
That's true. But I am
Understandable.
thinking about manufacturing some myself.
I would imagine that's a thing of the past these days. I suspect there's probably not as much of a market for it as there used to be. Perhaps during the Stars of Debaran days, it might have been more of a thing. But
Maybe that's why there was so much of this stuff lying around. I mean, no one was buying it, clearly.
It's
It was cheap
as investment.
It was really cheap.
Hey, if you think you can make it work, you go right ahead. But I tell you what we need to do right now. We need to head to somewhere warm and wet.
Where are we?
And we need to take a couple of days by a beach or a lake where
Lake
there's a
sounds good.
spa, and just take a couple of days of doing nothing but relaxing.
So, where are we near then? And also, how much does Kirsch think his hot tub will cost?
Kirsch does not think in terms of dirty bear. It's a dream you have to fill with your heart.
It'll cost what it will cost.
Yeah.
Right, but for those people that do, like hot tub makers, got a ballpark figure?
I'm not a hot tub maker. I'm a spaceship engineer.
I mean, that is true.
I've made a very small one for very small people. Look.
Well, we're not going via Uharu and town, are we? Because
No,
that's a dangerous
danger
area. So we've got to go around the other way. Are any of those systems like nice chill out zones?
Correct.
Alpine retreat, log cabin by a lake.
Warmer.
Warmer? Oh, okay.
I mean, it gets
One of
pretty
those
hot.
ones where you get the little cabin that's out
Like
in the
a
sea.
archipelago where you've got
Yeah,
the
Shanaz is
the
from
glass
a desert
floor.
planet. She needs
and you
hot.
can see.
Um,
Yeah, I'm from the hell planet. I just want anywhere that isn't like horrible.
Not hell is very much what
Yeah.
we're going for.
We'd take like a Sainsbury's car park for a holiday location.
all right.
That's hell.
I mean, we've got a big caravan, so you know.
Oh, true.
Okay. I'll need to get the Coriolis Atlas out.
Yeah, well, we'll just find one of those planets on the way around that curl
We're
of
going to
the.
take
Yeah.
We're not directly jumping into a portal to go straight back to Coriolis. We're going to take
No, we're going to have a
some
couple of
time,
days off, maybe as much as a
Yeah.
week even.
week or so.
There's going to
Who's
we need,
around?
Silsila needs to heal those fingers.
Mhm.
Shanaz very much needs a massage and probably to burn those clothes, which is a shame because the fabric was lovely.
Okay. All right.
I've just realized as well that I'm going to have to completely replace my wardrobe when we get back.
Of course.
I mean, it is Wednesday, isn't that normal?
I was thinking more about Yasir still having a lot of my stuff on his sail barge.
Oh,
It's not like I'm going to get that back, is it?
bring her back and demand it.
Ask them. All right. So as we're sort of sat on the bridge of the Kudapatilla, Silsila's running through like a list of places. Yusuf is like, yeah, there. I've always wanted to go there. And Shanaz is like, no, it's not hot enough. Their spa's only a 2-star kind of thing. That kind of stuff, and like scrolling through a bit more, and Adia is like, no, there's not enough. I need a bigger lake, more water, at least 50% water on the planet. Kirsch like, no, climate is not good enough for capybara there, kind of thing. Like, there's a whole like ship bickering about where to go. The ship flies off out of scene. Should we spend 2-3 moments as players to get some XP? And then we'll talk about what's on Garblag this week.
Sounds good.
Yes. All right. So
XP.
XP.
Who doesn't like a bit of XP?
Did you overcome
Yeah.
a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal? So the current goal was free the children.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we all
Yes,
did.
I think we all did that.
I got
Yeah.
stabbed. That felt difficult.
All right. Did you participate in this mission? Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So we're all on
Sort of.
We're all on 2 points so far. Did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem?
But mine is overconfidence.
How did you put yourself or your crew at risk?
Mine was about not getting, we were, being an escapee and worrying about police presence and getting found out about and all that kind of stuff. So,
So there was a moment in the university where you could have been tagged as a mystic,
yeah.
but fortunately Silsila was. So you did kind of put yourself and your crew at risk there.
Yeah. I put Silsila at risk.
I put myself at risk by diving into a hole, hoping a grab that would help me out.
Yes, that was, yeah. Was that because of your personal problem?
My personal problem is overconfidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too much confidence is what I wrote
Too
down.
much confidence, yes. Okay, yeah, that definitely feels like that is the thing. How about Shanaz?
Recognizable by paparazzi is my personal problem. And I think that did come in because, I got kidnapped by mad cultists.
Yeah.
Because I was so recognizable. And I'm pretty sure he had planned to sacrifice me.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be on the table.
Sacrifice.
Just a little bit of murder.
Yeah.
All right. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC?
Learned about useless mystic powers.
That was a secret before. Only
Only
Japan knew about that.
Japan knew. I learned about myself, to be fair.
No, it's yourself or another PC. You can't have 2 XP.
I think I learned that Shanaz was a bit more vicious than I thought she was. I thought she was a bit more pop star, and it turns out she has an undercurrent of politician.
A diva.
I think we all learned at the end there that Shanaz can go dark.
That was, yeah.
That was
I wasn't expecting
intense.
that.
And I was a bit like, not just a socialite.
Yeah, Shanaz has got a dark side that she has been hiding under a beautiful dancing and.
I did say he shouldn't have kidnapped me.
Yeah. Okay, so we learned a few things there.
Actually, I learned I'm like surprisingly dead me with a pistol as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I see why your personal problem is confidence. Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy?
I can't have that one. I haven't got one.
Silsilla's my buddy.
Did you?
Mine moved out.
Oh, he did.
You change it to one of us.
Yeah, you can change it now at the end of this.
Can have a triangle, can't we? Buddy triangle.
I don't know. Mine's kind of it's more open than that. I don't have a specific buddy. Like I would put myself in trouble for both of them, but also for Adia and Kirsch.
I mean, are you good?
You're gonna pick the NPC as your buddy.
No, but I mean, for all of you, Shanaz would very much go out of her way to smooth things over for you and remove obstacles.
It's that thing where there is a tram and a track, and you've got them split. Which one do you pick? That's the person you'll get XP for. But you don't have to pick now here in front of everyone. You can think about it for a bit and maybe.
I don't think I would. I'd suffer from choice paralysis, and in the minute I'd pick whichever one of them was most useful at that moment.
Okay, sure.
That's an empathic choice there, isn't it? So I would say right at the very beginning, I followed you said into a riot, into a burning building because it was important to win that we rescue mystics.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then I ran away when Silsilla got arrested.
Oh, you told her to run away.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And then go.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, go on.
No,
go
you say.
Go.
No.
I was going to say
Something else, don't worry.
the last question is: did you act in accordance with your icon?
I took big risks.
And you cannot lie.
I danced the dance of danciness and converted cultists to the worship of my icon from the worship of Darth icon.
Mm-hmm.
Darth icon. I like that.
Right. And how about Silsilla? Who is your icon?
It's the deckhand, which is it's very difficult to act for the deckhand. You're supposed to punch people. It's like
the deckhand's like stat
Force.
is force.
Yeah. And I did get in a hand-to-hand fight, but kind of not really by choice.
Where is the?
So I thought the deckhand would be about piloting shit like that, but it's.
No, that's more the gambler.
I know, but I think the gambler's already chosen. It's a popular choice last time as well, isn't it?
Isn't it fixing stuff as well with the deckhand, making sure that things are
in... I literally have Tech 3, so I can do that. But
you did do that as well, because you dealt with some of the stuff on the ship and keeping it running and making sure that the stuff was hidden in the little hidey holes.
And you used new technology with your grav belt.
Yeah.
Exquisitely well as well, yes. That's up to you. That counts or not?
I mean, I like people getting XP because it means they get cool shit for next time. So at the end of those questions, how many XP do you have, Pete?
Well, I gained 5, but my character had 4 on it from before. Is that right?
You might still have 4 because you have to spend 5 to get talent or in advance.
Yeah, so I'm one short of 2 advances, which is frustrating. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Right, so you're on 9, which means you can get something for next session.
I'll tick 5 off now.
Think about it.
This is the second time we've done XP. Then.
This is the second time we've done XP. How's Silsilla doing, Graham?
That explains why I've got 4 marks on the side of mine as well.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, I think I might. I'm tempted to take the melee combat.
So how many you want? How many do you have?
Oh, 4 plus 5, so 9.
No, you got 9 as well. Okay, so
That's all of us have got 9 then.
Oh, okay, so we're all sitting on 9.
Can we just have one extra one just to clear out that slot, and then we can have 2
We're not doing it every
things.
session, are we? We're doing it every mission. So one
Every
extra
mission.
point,
Yeah.
I mean, we
have
could
to
just
think
bone
about
it
the
in
questions
and
next time.
Still get a skill.
And let that lead your
I need a
I'm
buddy.
just in the moment.
Need a buddy.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. How many is what are the options to get?
What do you mean?
I mean, what out of the ones we just spoke about? What is the?
There are 6 options,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 6
Hey, which-
questions.
Yeah, because I think I said yes to all of them. Then, if you were fine with the tech thing, it's okay if you're not. But what did you miss
All right,
out?
so you
Mickey?
want 10?
Yeah, because I did all the
I'm.
things. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
What did I miss out on? The not the last one, but the one before. What was the one before?
That's
That was the buddy one.
Oh,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd
okay.
actually done something.
Did you sacrifice or risk something for your buddy?
You
That was
took
the
a
one.
gun off him before he was arrested, which meant that you were a free slave roaming around a pilgrim city
With an
with a
illegal
gun in your pocket.
I suppose.
Oh,
And you
Yeah.
gave him the pistol, left yourself undefended in a room in a temple full of crazy acolytes after you just shot their leader.
Yeah, that was riding the wave at that moment. It was kind of like, what the fuck?
Right at the very start, like he mystic powers in front of you. Still
Oh
said, like,
yeah,
recently.
I think the problem is because we had a bit of a weak gap and like don't remember quite what was happening at the beginning. If you're happy for me to have another point, I'm happy to have 2 advances. That's what I'm saying.
It's not my suit, but I'm saying sweet anyway.
Your buddy's got you there, yeah.
I do.
Okay, cool, it's done. There we go.
So it's just Shanaz that's going to be holding on to some XP.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can think about that and decide what we're going to spend it on over the week. I will look through our list of planets in the Coriolis Atlas and find a nice place in the Debaran Circle or on the way where we can go and have some spa time. It is Tuesday,
Yes.
1st of November,
Yes.
2022. How the diggle did that happen? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Tomorrow will be Wednesday the 2nd. Without any Otawatau, what happens on Wednesdays?
It's Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, Soulbound.
Hallowed are the
Oh.
gods. Yeah.
Gods.
So it's the 2nd episode.
Excellent. Yeah, that's why I forgot because I wasn't here last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's playing in that one then? Who's that?
Jim, Roger.
Jim is playing.
Jim is playing.
Excellent.
Dan, and who am I missing out? Because Dan P is running it. Dan M is
Jim?
playing. I already said Jim. 4 players.
You?
No, I'm not. I think I'd remember that one. Hang on, I can tell you. Aaron.
Aaron. Oh God.
Of course, it's Aaron.
So that's
Yeah.
Soulbound.
Yep.
In Soulbound, are you allowed to wear horses' masks and run around? No, anyway. Wait, I'm getting flashbacks to other things. So that's Wednesdays with Soulbound. Thursdays. Thursdays are a
The
bit
One Ring.
exciting.
The One Ring. Da, 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 da.
Heir of Elendil. I still got to write that song.
Yeah.
And we've got what? We've got Happy Little Hobbitses and
Roger's the only happy little hobbit.
With his chips.
with his chips,
Yep.
taters.
And his magic
Yeah.
frying pan and his tater locator ring.
And I'm going around rubbing statues.
Okay.
And I've
Yep.
got a magic bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Magic
good.
frying pans.
I love
magic
it. It's great
bowls,
fun. It's great
statues,
fun.
No, not bowl, bow.
Bow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got,
It did sound like you said bowl.
sorry, bowl. No, that'd be the Welsh
His character is
accent.
Welsh.
She's
Oh, sorry, a barding.
he's a barding, see, so they're all talking like that, but they're not all talking like that, but the royal family do.
Only Bard's family do.
Do they have a bag of squirrels? That's the only Welsh I can do.
Lion.
Vile bag of squirrels.
That was Warhammer Fantasy
That was
Roleplay,
Warhammer
wasn't it?
Fantasy Roleplay we played at home.
Right.
Yes. Right, so that is European time.
And then Thursday,
Thursdays,
North
North
America
American
is Winter of Fear for Modiphius.
Yes.
Except is it on this week? I don't remember because
is.
it's
It is
Thanksgiving.
on this week. No,
It
it
is.
is.
That already
on
happened.
this week.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
It is on this week.
Winter of Fear, Acton Cthulhu, sponsored by Modiphius.
Giveaways and shiz.
Oh yeah,
Exciting
loads of
stuff.
stuff.
need
Featured
to-
in the page of fear or something I saw in a Modiphius tweet as well.
All over their website at the moment.
With the Achtung Cthulhu craziness.
Yeah.
Last time they played Achtung Cthulhu, people were being like teleported into walls and stuff. So I can only assume a winter of fear will have worse things than being teleported into walls.
Wolves get teleported.
Yeah,
into
and
you.
the book being released is called Forest of Fear. It's a campaign book,
Oh, excellent.
and Matt's running that from what's technically Friday for us, but
really it's Thursday
you know,
for them. We'll just
but
let
not-
them have
yeah.
Thursdays.
The mighty Garblag games
the
begin
mighty
episode
Garblag
1.
games. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So
Damn straight. We
Yeah.
didn't even give them
Yeah.
that copy. They just wrote
No,
that
they wrote it
themselves.
themselves.
no, excellent. Do check that out and go and find the Modifius tweet that mentions Garblag Games and like it. I know there are many Gartopians loving it. I'm really excited. I'm very excited. I know Matt's very excited. It's really cool.
Yeah.
They've been plotting this for a little while, and I'm so glad
Let's hope it's the beginning of a nice relationship with Modifius. That would be cool.
that would be cool. All kinds of stuff going on with the 230 system right now. It's pretty cool. So that's Thursday North American time, and then Friday is Durgans and Durgans, isn't it?
Yes, we're playing Ahead of the Storm, where we've got action-packed, swashbuckling Sky Pirate adventures. Lewis is running that.
Pirate.
Sky Pirates.
There's a really cool
Sky
battle map with
Pirates.
the clouds drifting past the sky ship. It was very cool.
It was very cool.
I need to catch up the whole episode.
And because we started playing at level 7, it means we can all do amazing stuff that's really cool fun.
Level 7 D&D. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like high level D. Fun.
I jumped off the airship
Mm.
onto one of the little plane ships that was attacking us,
Mm.
grabbed the guy who was flying it, and then teleported back to our ship,
Cool.
blowing up his little plane thing as I left with the explodey step power. I was like, this is just the
Thunderstep.
coolest thing ever.
I love
Thunderstep.
Yes.
Yes.
Thunderstep.
Thunderstep.
It's great.
No.
Yeah, it's good for getting off your sky ship because you just jump off and then cast it when you're like near the ground. Makes no.
Or for eviscerating grungs,
Yes.
as
there
we
is
might
that,
have had happen in a game me and Graham played.
Mm.
You know, you're off to a good start when your first action in any game is the spell Lightning Bolt.
Awesome.
What a week! What a week!
Subtle characters,
Yeah.
one and all.
Level 7 is so subtle. So subtle. If
And we
you-
had our patron game on
Oh,
Saturday. We played
yes.
some Alien,
Alien.
just Saturday just gone. Yeah.
I heard someone survived.
Someone did survive. It's important that someone does to do that last recording.
No, you just push the APC out the back of the ship.
Did blow up the station though. So
If you're wondering what we're talking about, you should head over to the patreon.com/Games. If you join us at a certain tier, you can play a game where Pete, me, Ben, or Matt murders you. Or not. I hear some people have survived the Pathfinder 2 game that you've been running.
Yeah, it's a slightly different vibe.
Last time I
Yeah.
ran a game for the patrons, it was Coriolis, and they're still freezing to death on a planet somewhere. Fortunately,
Cool.
it's about 500 years from when our game is set because of a weird portal thing.
Cool.
And it's random charts. But yeah, do join us. There's loads of free stuff on the Patreon as well. Maps, things about some of the shows we're running.
I'm working on the latest copy of Gartopia.
Ooh.
After the World Mountain issue, I'm doing an Arlon issue, which is one of the layers of the World Mountain. So I'm writing that at the moment.
All that tasty lore mechanics is for. Are you doing some things for Pathfinder 2 in it, aren't you?
I am. This issue will have a deity and a settlement
Ooh.
with specific Pathfinder 2 mechanic stuff and a lot of lore stuff.
And Gartopia has been the semi-regular magazine we've put out over the past couple of months.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of non-setting specific things, some dodeca things in it as well. Some lovely D12 charts and things. That's all over on Patreon. If you want to ask more questions about it, a good place to come is the Discord. See, look, I've practiced this. I've thought about how to link this all together. And you can come and join our little village or something, 600, 700 people, all talking about different RPGs. Armies on Parade.
Movies, books, Armies on Parade.
Armies on
Yep.
Parade.
yeah. You could go to DM's Guild and you can buy that book that I've just put on there, which I contributed a chapter for, and it's very cool, princessy.
Princessy Dark Reflections.
Yep.
There is food conversations. There's all kinds of stuff going on in Discord. And if you want to check out, because I've talked too fast and you've missed everything, then go over to YouTube, watch this all over again. Leave a comment and subscribe, and then you'll never miss a thing. Did I get everything? I got everything.
And play it back at like half speed, and then you'll catch it all.
Yeah, catch it all, because we rifled through some stuff. But yeah, it's
good.
been a pleasure playing Coriolis with you this evening. I've missed it so much. I'm excited to see what talents or advances we pick, and what shenanigans will happen in the next next movement of the Cyclade dance. But that's, it's 11, so I think I'm gonna go away. Not the intro.
Press the thing.
The hold screen.
Outro.
The hold screen, and we'll wave. Adios.